Hi, I'm Weston. I love talking about the Rangers, and I'm here to talk about Game 37 of the regular season, where the Rangers lose 2-1 to the Tampa Bay Lightning in the shootout, aka they tied, and then the Lightning got the extra point in a thing that is not actually hockey. Are you ever going to stop whining about the shootout? Yeah, no. So, there are two major stories tonight. There's the game, which is like the second big story, and then the first one happened this morning, where it came out that Gerard Gallant was healthy scratching Alexis Lafreniere. Gerard, how is one supposed to live, laugh, and love in conditions like these? Please explain to me. The Rangers go on a 9-game tear where the second line, the Laugh, Kako, and Hedel line, the kids to adults, whatever you want to call them, that line looks really, really good. Kako is rolling. Hedel is rolling. Lafreniere is starting to heat up. Like, it wasn't ridiculous. It wasn't this, like, world-beating total. But Lafreniere in those 9 games had 7 points. That's not MVP or All-Star, but that's a good player, right? That's like, what, 60-ish points over a full 82-game season? That's a good player. You'd be happy with that. I'd be happy with that at this point. Then the Washington game happens, where the Rangers, and I said it in that video, lost and were blown out in score only because you didn't look that bad in the game. You played pretty solid overall, but we decided to full-on hit the panic button during that game for some reason that I will not understand, change the lines up, and now coming into this game, scratch Alexis Lafreniere. I need someone to look me in the eyes and explain to me the reasoning of why Lafreniere was the player you look to after that game and say you're the one that has to go. I use Money Puck and expected goals and advanced analytics a lot for this channel for all the different sports that I cover. And if you just look at expected goals for the New York Rangers tonight, for the offense, it looks like he had a fine game. 3.12 is not bad by any means. That's a solid offensive performance. Granted, you got killed by the Lightning, who had more than a full expected goal more than you at 4.36. Igor just Igored this game. He's back to Igoring people, which is a Nito Spaghetto thing. That being said, back to the offensive thing. We had a lot of really high danger chances. They were individual efforts that led to them. There was not this amazing passing sequence that would lead to the shots. They looked uncoordinated again. The passing was bad again. The lines lost their chemistry. It was just back to dump, chase, and then one player would make a really nice play from like the boards or from the slot or from the blue line and get a good shot off. The chemistry was bad again. The lines, the players, they don't look comfortable. They look like a bunch of lab partners that were assigned at random. It drives me up a wall that we had like the first 20-some games of the season where we looked dead in the water. No one panicked, right? No one got concerned. None of the lines were shaken up drastically. None of the defensive pairs were shaken up that drastically for more than half of a period or a full period at most. And nothing happened. Then you go on a 9-game tear where you go 8-1. You look fantastic. You lose the game to the Capitals. Panic button. It's infuriating. So to recap, that was dumb. Please have Lafreniere play on Sunday, put the lines back, stop having knee-jerk reactions to minor things. Oh my god, this is dumb. Let's talk about the actual game. And there isn't a ton to talk about because there were 2 goals in the overall game and then the shootout. The Rangers' goal was they have it in the offensive zone, and then Steven Stamkos gets the puck, and he goes, "Ha-ha, I have the puck, and I'm a very good player. I will now clear the puck." And by that, I mean he put it tape to tape to Mika Zibanejad, who was just waiting, ready with a one-timer, probably assuming the pass would come from, a Ranger player. But hey, beggars can't be choosers. He gets a beautiful pass from Stamkos and buries it. Mika Zibanejad would be somewhere between Mario Lemieux and Wayne Gretzky if he played against the Lightning every single night. I don't know why, but when he plays them, he just hits another gear. It's sort of like in Fast and the Furious when they just keep going and it's like, you're in 10th gear now. That doesn't even exist. And even though there was the awful decision with Lafreniere and the fact that the Rangers lost this game in the shootout, I am just so excited to make this video because everyone take a seat, grab some popcorn. We get to talk about Brandon Hagel's goal. Oh my god. Oh my sweet god. That was so beautiful. Like, that was not a goal at all. And I would have genuinely never watched hockey again if they would have called that a goal. But that was so beautiful. All right, for those of you who didn't watch it, let me explain what happened. Brandon Hagel took a shot on Igor Shesterkin, and then he stops it. And it was like sitting like right here in like the little crook of his arm, like in between where his blocker is and like his shoulder pads and whatever. And it's sitting there. And then Hagel goes in and just grabs the puck and throws it into the back of the net. And credit to Brandon Hagel, he celebrated like he scored a goal because they called it a goal on the ice. And he celebrated, and he's acting happy and losing his mind despite the fact that he just picked it up and threw it. And again, I would have been a level of mad that I've never been over sports had that counted. That being said, good for him. Like, caps off to Brandon Hagel for actually trying that. That is so outlandish. And it almost worked. Like, that almost worked. It was called a goal on the ice. Like, he somehow picked the puck out of Shesterkin's equipment, threw it into the net with his hand, and they were like, yep, good goal. Congratulations, Brandon Hagel. What a play, my fine sir. Like, that was so close. And that, like, replay being a thing in the NHL where you can just challenge things is recent. Like, this is 10, 11 years ago. That's just a goal. And then you're on the Rangers bench, you look at the replay, and you just kind of die inside because you're like, welp, I guess it's a goal. And like the official ruling of that play was a hand pass from Brandon Hagel, which means we are dangerously close to that being a legal play. Like that being so ridiculous and outlandish and like no one would ever think of it, that there isn't technically a rule on the book saying that you can't explicitly do that exact thing. Because they called it a hand. Like, it wasn't like the referee skated out to center ice and was like, dump. Yeah, so he picked it out of the equipment and yeeted it into the net with his own hand. And, like, you can't do that. Like, we are uncomfortably close, you might almost say, to that being allowed. Brandon Hagel, in a sport that is well over 100 years old, did something so weird that he almost just air-butted a goal. You gotta get him off the court, he can't do that! No rule that says dogs can't play basketball. Brandon Hagel has definitely bought a small piece of my mind for all of eternity. So there's like 300 amazing saves from Igor and Vasilevsky between these two goals and also after the two goals. But you get to the third period now, the Lightning have it in the zone, and it's Kucherov, Point, and Stamkos passing it around. And Stamkos has the puck, and he passes it to Braden Point. And he goes for a pass that is directed at no one. And it just bounces off of Igor's pad directly into the net. It's like Igor was setting up this beautiful, just perfect target to bank it off of. Igor is a weird player because he's an amazing goaltender. And I don't think anyone can argue against the fact that he's an amazing goaltender. He is fantastic, one of the best in the sport. And he'll have a game like this one where he makes these ridiculous saves that you just don't deserve to have, that practically no one on the planet could ever make. And then the goal he allows is just horrific. You get to the shootout, Lightning in the 6th round. Alex Killorn, his first career shootout goal, because it's always someone's first goal against the New York Rangers, and the Lightning win 2-1, but it's the shootout, so it's kind of a tie, and then they get the extra point in fake hockey. And that's not to subtract against the Lightning. That is not me just taking shots at the Lightning. I say that against every team. I say that when the Rangers win in the shootout. I hate the shootout with a burning passion. And so, oddly enough, the Rangers have come out of Christmas break, played 2 games plus a 5-minute overtime, scored 1 singular goal, and I still think the offense has looked good. You looked good against the Washington Capitals. The offense was not the problem against the Capitals. You had a lot of great chances. You got goalie by Vitek Vanacek. You have this game against the Lightning. The offense, while it wasn't comfortable with each other, right? The passing wasn't crisp. The chemistry wasn't there. There were a lot of really good shots, a lot of really good individual player moments where they made something happen offensively or almost made it happen. But tonight, it was Vasilevsky that goalied you. Now, people would say that just simply going, oh, we got goalied, but we still played well, is a loser's mentality. Anyway, you play Sunday at 7 o'clock. You are finishing the Florida mini trip. You're in Sunrise against the Florida Panthers. 5 on Sunday. I'll be here afterwards to talk about it, but that's all I have to say for the evening. So if you enjoyed the video, please consider to like and subscribe. Thank you all so very much for watching. I hope you all have an absolutely fantastic day, and as always, go Rangers.